Hey parents, this is Jeff, and I'm here with this week's Continue the Journey activity. Now, you might be wondering, what is Continue the Journey? Well, quite simply, these are activities that we supply to you so that you can help your kids continue their journey to find and follow Jesus all week long. And this activity today is just called Movie Night, and it's simply that, it's a movie night. Now, this week in the Daily Snack, we're revealing to kids that Jesus is God's Son and our Savior. We've been walking through the greatest story ever told, and we've been really just kind of walking through the timeline of the Old Testament for a couple weeks, where we see the beginning of all things in the opening chapter, and then we saw the escape from Egypt and the move into the Promised Land. And last week we walked through the really tragic period of Judges and Kings as the nation of Israel just kind of falls apart. And today we're talking about how a hero is born. We're looking at the prophets in the Old Testament before we flip over to the New Testament. And we're seeing how they revealed to the people of Israel that there was a Savior on the way, and that Savior is going to be Jesus. Now, as we look through those prophets, they have some of the greatest stories in the Bible. The story of Jonah getting swallowed by a whale, the story of Daniel getting thrown into a lion's den, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego getting thrown into a furnace. Lots of throwing into things, apparently, in the prophets. And there have been a number of movies that have done this. And this is a great way to just get your child plugged into some of those stories, is to just watch a movie with them. Man, my kids constantly beg, can we watch a movie together? Can we watch a movie together? Let me show you where to find a couple of these movies. And then my encouragement this week is just to have a movie night one night. Pop the popcorn, do whatever you guys do for movie night. Just turn the lights down and watch one of these great stories. So still the king of telling these stories for kids is a group called VeggieTales. And man, they've been out for a while. Maybe you watched some of these when you were younger. Maybe you showed your kid these when they were little tiny kids. But they're still the kings. No one's done it better than them, at least in my opinion. So VeggieTales is the creation of a couple guys, Mike Nawrocki and Phil Vischer. By the way, Phil Vischer's got an excellent podcast. If you're a podcast person, he's got an excellent podcast where he's really digging in over the last several months into social justice issues called The Holy Post. And you can find that out there wherever podcasts are. He's had some incredible guests on that show, and they're really digging into the racial reconciliation, social justice, some great stuff to be digging into. All right, let me tell you where to find a couple of these movies. They did a feature-length movie called Jonah and the Big Fish a few years back. You can find that on Amazon Prime. You got to rent it. It costs like $3 to rent. Ooh, $3, man. Well, movie rental prices really haven't inflated since the day. It feels like what I was paying in Blockbuster a long time ago. But you can rent that movie and stream it to your house there. Or a number of their shorter movies, they've got about half-an-hour episodes or so, are found on something called Right Now Media. Right Now Media is just a great collection of Jesus-y content. They've got small group kind of stuff for adults. They've got Bible teaching on there from some big-name Bible teachers. They've got kids content on there, all kinds of stuff. Some of it's long, some of it's short. It's just incredible. And if you belong to Journeys Crossing, you can get that for free if you don't have it yet. We pay a subscription fee so that everybody who comes here can get that for free. Just give me a shout and I can get you added into it. I can get you the login information for it. But they've got tales, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and some other Old Testament tales on there. And like I said, on Amazon, you can find Jonah and the Big Fish. So, man, have a movie night this week, especially if your kids are going back to school for the first time in a year. A movie night is a perfect chill way just to be able to settle down. But you can do it by just inviting Jesus into that by just watching some of these tales of the Old Testament prophets and talking about them with your kids afterwards. It doesn't get much more simple than that. Watching a movie is helping your kids journey to find and follow Jesus. Pretty awesome stuff, right? See you guys later. Bye-bye.